Hi. All right. Coming to you live from school. Remember that place? Not my classroom, but I had to find a classroom that was not cleaned yet and had a second monitor so that I could talk to you about what I want you to do for today. We finished up part one in To Kill a Mockingbird yesterday. And so today what we're going to do, instead of moving right into part two, which I know we're going kind of quick, but that's just the situation that we're in. Now, before we do that, I want to sort of like kind of set up with some ideas as to like the most important things that are standing out. That way we don't have to kind of go back, 20 chapters down the road to try to figure out where things happened. The final result that we're going to be doing with this is going to be kind of one of those one-pagers, those theme tracking one-pagers like we did with the book clubs. And so this is going to be able to help you with that. So I just want to talk about this assignment real quickly. And also, if you're watching this video, you are going to have a special little treat because you won't have to do part of it for right now. So if you look at the document here, right, it explains everything. The big ideas, we created a big idea bank, just some ideas that we think really stand out throughout part one. And we're going to be building on this in part two, but we're also going to have other ones that show up because it's a different section of the book. But so they're kind of general ideas, compassion, responsibility, empathy, tolerance, courage, integrity, and respect. And if you're not sure what some of those mean, you're going to see that there's going to be a definition section where you'll have to find that anyway. But I would recommend that, like, if you don't know what empathy is, look it up. It's a great skill to have. It's great to be able to practice empathy. And if you don't know what that is, I think that's a good chance for you to take a look. We did also an example of one dealing with the concept of perspectives, right? So if for the example here, we have our big ideas perspectives, we had a definition here, which you'll see that we even linked it. You can go to dictionary.com and type in whatever word that you find. So if the first one you use is compassion, you could type in compassion and have the dictionary definition right there. We try to make it as easy as possible. But so a definition of perspectives is a position from which something is considered or evaluated. So kind of point of view almost, right? And so then we have two examples, and these examples are kind of written in our own words, examples that show up in the book that we think sort of make sense. So Atticus explains to Scout that Miss Caroline's not accustomed to the people of Maycomb, therefore she doesn't understand the Cunningham family, right? And that's a chapter that we read, chapter 3. Right? So like that's something that you could kind of look at. And then we have a quote here too. And then we have a second example as well. That way you have stuff to work with. That way when we're doing the one pager near the end, you're going to have quotes and examples from different parts of the book. So you're going to have to pick two of the big ideas up here. So like you could put compassion here and responsibility here, or whatever combination you want. Find the definitions for both of them. And then you need two examples for each, right? What I'm going to say is that for right now, you wouldn't even necessarily need to find the direct quote for that example, because the truth is you might not use all of those examples on your one pager at the end. What I would recommend instead, so if I had this one up here, Atticus explains to Scout that Miss Caroline's not accustomed to the people of Maycomb. Instead of finding the quote here, all I would have to put though is instead of the page number 2, because then at that point you might as well put the quote, but I would just put chapter 3. And if I decide that that's an example I want, then near the end, we can go back and find that. But we don't have to find kind of all of them. So all you need to do where it says quote and page number is just all you would have to write is or whatever, wherever yours are. That way you could kind of narrow it down, right? That's all you need to do for that bottom part. The example you still have to put in your own words. So you have to explain how you're seeing compassion, how you're seeing tolerance, whatever it is. But that's all you would need to do for this part. And then again, if we want to go back and find it, you can. If you want to find the quotes right now, that way you don't have to go back at the end, that's fine too, right? That's up to you. But so that's going to be the only assignment for today. And tomorrow we're going to be getting right into part 2, right? And we sort of have this plan. I might put together sort of like a reading schedule that I put out that way you sort of know, but we're on track. We even have a little bit of wiggle room, so that's good. But other than that, I hope you're enjoying the book. Like I've said a couple times, like this was the book that kind of clicked for me, which is kind of killing me a little bit that we're summarizing some of it, but we just don't have the time. And this is not necessarily the most conducive way to do that. But this was the book when I was in high school where all of a sudden I was like, oh man, like I read ahead in this book and I kept reading because otherwise I wasn't that big into reading up until then. I didn't really want to pick up a book in my free time, and then this book is what did it. So we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep seeing what the kids are challenged with and what's going on in town and how the case kind of becomes like a really big focus area. Otherwise, if you have questions while you're working on this, contact me, right? You know, you can use the internet to try to figure out where things are if you don't remember in the book. I have the one summary document that I keep updating with the chapters that we're not reading, and you can always go back in and look yourself. But this is a good chance to kind of become an independent problem solver. But if there is something that you're just really not sure what to do or where it goes or where it came from in the book, email me. I usually get back to those pretty quickly. All right. Other than that, I hope to see you guys all real soon.